This Young Show brought to you by Anheuser-Busch and Play Score, and a good afternoon, sir. How the heck are you?
Hey, guys, I'm well. How are you all?
Well, we're doing great. I mean, you guys are rolling, making this so dang fun. Now, what's your top priority or your takeaways from the weekend in New York?
Well, we went in and did exactly what we needed to do, and winning 2 of 3. Obviously, wish we had gotten greedy and pulled out yesterday's win, but to come away with 2 out of 3 wins there, it sets up for a nice road trip. And obviously, we've got probably our 3 biggest games of the season ahead of us tonight, and really looking forward to it. I think it's great that here we are with 12 games left, and we're playing extremely meaningful games against a division rival, and I just love the way our group's been playing. So it's been a up and down season, no doubt about it, but the way the team's played here recently, I'd like to think this is our best baseball of the season, and we've got 12 more good ones in us.
Hey, CY, I hope this question I'm just kind of thinking about for you. How do you balance players who have played well for you during this run and bringing back injured players? Is there a policy for that? Is like injured players can't lose their jobs? How do you operate with that?
Well, the biggest thing I'll tell you is that I've learned, and this year especially, not to look too far ahead, that a lot of times these things resolve themselves. I'm not going to count our chickens before they hatch. We hope that we get our injured players back. They are not ready yet. They're not ready to be activated, and so it's really not something we're having to worry about.
Okay.
When that time comes, we'll figure out what the next step is. But right now we're rolling with the group we have. They've been wonderful. They're playing hard. They're competitive. They've been winning. And certainly I believe we're a better team when we get our healthy guys back, but there's no guarantees that they do come back. We hope that they do, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So it's really kind of out of sight, out of mind at this point. We'll figure it out when it happens.
I think, CY, just to follow up on that, it's a lot like fans, oh my gosh, Michael Hellman, he's not in the lineup tonight. Cody Freeman, where is he? These little rascals are crushing it, and here's Adolis Garcia and right back in there.
Yeah, and obviously Adolis has a knack for the big moment, and he's had a lot of success in Houston, and we're excited he's back. We're a better team when he's back. He was on fire in Sacramento before he got hurt, and our hope is that he catches fire again here, because when he does, he can carry us. And but it doesn't mean these guys are going away. I mean, Hellman and Freeman, they'll be back in the lineup likely tomorrow. But the way we're going to keep all these guys healthy and strong and fresh is to kind of rotate through, and we do have a lot of good options right now.
Yeah, I mean, I've put in the call for an El Bombi homer. CY, you're right. He's the mayor of Houston. We will always remember that ALCS. I did want to ask you about winning on the road, though, and that was certainly a struggle for this team for a period throughout the season. But the last month or so, really, since this thing got hot, you guys have been taking care of business. I mean, obviously, what just happened against the Mets and this big series coming up against Houston, has anything changed? Have you seen anything in that perspective?
Nothing specific to the road. Obviously, we've played great baseball at home, and I can't exactly tell you why we've won on the road, aside from, really the guys have been very focused and playing confidently, and we've been playing a brand of baseball that kind of throws the punches versus receives the punches, and there's kind of a never quit attitude as well that, late in the game, we've been down the last couple of games and found a way to rally and come back. So I can't say for certain what that is. Is it just a different mix of players, a different dynamic that's allowing us to play a little more free and loose on the road versus the way we were? I can't identify it. I do know the same group that struggled on the road for most of the season was terrific at home. And so some of these things you can't rationalize and explain perfectly. But I do think winning on the road is a little bit of a us against them mentality. It's a team mentality that, hey, nobody here wants us to win tonight. We're playing the opponent, we're playing the fans, we're playing the umpires, and we're going to come out and we're going to attack and we're going to be on the aggressive. And I think that mentality is infectious when you have young guys who come in and believe it and live it and kind of, allow other guys to kind of feed off that is really the way I see it.
You guys have been one of the hottest teams in baseball, only bested, I guess, by the Mariners on this 9-game winner. What's going on with them? Is there any reason to believe they're going to cool off for us here anytime soon?
Well, they're a really good team, first and foremost. They're a really good team, and they're playing great baseball. They've won a couple extra inning games at home. Seattle's a tough place to play. They had kind of a tough road trip, and then they finished up strong in Atlanta. They came home, and they've stayed really hot at home, where they're tough. And so I give them their credit. They certainly have beaten up on us this year, but the reality is, we've got 12 games in front of us, and 3 against Houston starting tonight. If we take care of business in those 12 games, I like the chances that that we're going to be in a good spot and make the playoffs here, no matter what avenue that is, whether it's the division or a wild card.
CY, what's the status of the bullpen for tonight, and what would you like to see from Jack Leiter?
Yeah, we'll start with Jack. I'm just really kind of pitching the same game he's been pitching. I'm just attacking, being aggressive, and really coming after hitters, getting ahead in the count, and then allowing his arsenal to kind of finish hitters, whether it's up in the zone with his fastball or down beneath the zone with his off speed. But just being aggressive. I think just when Jack's aggressive and he's in the strike zone, he's really tough to hit. Would love to get 18 outs from Jack tonight and turn it over to the bullpen. But, right now it's really all hands on deck. We may have a guy or two down tonight. Chris Martin will likely be down, dealing with his injury that happened in New York. But beyond that, everybody is going to do whatever they can to post and be out there and help our team win.
I didn't think I'd ever ask you about Botox, CY, but you brought up Chris Martin. I saw some story about Botox. Or are we going to try this out? Can you inform us more on what this situation is?
Well, the story was written by Evan, so you always got to take it with a grain of salt. But in all seriousness, we've got one of the best specialists in the world, and Dr. Gregory Pearl here in our backyard in Dallas, who is great with nerve and vascular conditions. And sometimes when players have shoulder pain, it presents as what you would think is a joint issue, but it's really more of a nerve condition that can originate in the neck. And this is something I dealt with in my career. It's no different than like a sciatic nerve kind of going down your leg. You feel the pain in your leg, but the origination of the pain is in the back. And so the origin of the pain is in the back. So the Dr. Pearl is really good. They found a way that they can kind of numb this. And I don't know if it's specifically Botox. That's where Evan may be getting ahead of himself. Dr. Grant may be diagnosing this and how they do it. I don't know what the exact medicine is, but there is medicine, whether it's lidocaine or Botox, that can kind of numb the nerve and calm things down. And we've had a lot of success for a number of players with this, and we're just very fortunate to have such a great medical team with Dr. Pearl, Dr. Keith Meister, and our training staff staying on top of this and diagnosing these. It's a tough diagnosis. It's not something that you would think to look in the neck for maybe shoulder, elbow pain, but oftentimes that's where it can originate. And we're very fortunate that these guys are so good at diagnosing it.
Where do you put the medical staff in like your rankings of the top assets? Or maybe you could just talk about how, whether it's drafting guys or taking... Yeah, I
think it's critical. I think it's absolutely critical. I'm very proud of our medical team. I think they do a tremendous job. It's an area that we allocate a lot of resources. We want our players to have the very best medical resources they can have. It starts with our head trainer, Matt Lucero, our director, our vice president of performance, Napoleon Pichardo, and everybody in between those, including our team doctors. It's a collective effort, but we've invested in a lot of technology that helps us monitor our athletes and do the best we can to keep them healthy and indicate stress signals when things start to pop up so that we can get on top of it and correct things. It's our strength and conditioning coaches who do a great job of kind of monitoring the work in the weight room. So it's a collective effort, but it's, one of the biggest things in winning is keeping guys healthy. And I say that at a point in time where we are dealing with some injuries. Sure. But that said, keeping our main guys on the field is critically important, and our medical staff is so important in that, and they do a tremendous job. And to your point, it does allow us to take chances on guys that are either coming off injuries in free agency or in the draft, because we have a high level of confidence that we can rehab them and get them right. And we've seen that with our rehab program, especially on Tommy Johns and our legend within the organization, Keith Comstock out in Arizona, who does a tremendous job of getting our guys back, not only physically but mentally from the injuries. So it is a collective effort, and I can't speak enough to the collective efforts of so many people in the organization that really keep our guys out on the field.
So what are the updates right now on Corey Seager, Tyler Malley, Marcus?
Yeah, Corey did not make the trip to New York. We left him back home. He did rejoin the team in Houston today. He was in Globe Life Field getting some work done the last few days. But we are progressing. I think that he's starting to feel better. We're easing in some baseball activity here, and the hope is that it turns the corner quickly. But he obviously had an invasive procedure, and we just have to let this calm down and heal before we can put him back out on the field and expect him to perform in extremely meaningful games. But Corey's fighting really hard to get back out there, and we know that if he could be out there, he would. Marcus is making great progress from his foot injury. He's recovering, was with the team, and has resumed some baseball activity, and we're progressing there and trying to build him up to see when he can be back. Who else do we have? Tyler Malley. The expectation is that Tyler will slide back into the rotation sometime this weekend. We haven't finalized the exact game, but we do expect Tyler to slide back in. And Danny Coulomb completed his rehab in Frisco and will be rejoining the team and activated likely tomorrow night. So we're in a pretty good spot with those guys. Sam Haggerty is on rehab as well. Still some steps to take there, but we hope that Sam's rehab is going to continue to go smoothly, and at some point he'll be an option for us. So, obviously we've dealt with a lot here recently. It's funny as you ask. I'm trying to go through the list. I don't have it in front of me, and I'm sure I'm omitting a player or two. But to deal with so many injuries and see the guys respond and play the way they played, it just speaks to the character and the resilience and fight of the group. And if we do that, I feel good about the next 12.
I love it. The three most important, three right ahead of you. Pregame at 6:30 tonight in Houston. CY, give them hell. We'll be pulling for you.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Have a good week.